series where we chat with barrier breaking and inspiring women. I'm Wendy Doyle, President and CEO of United We, and today I'm excited to talk with Lieutenant Colonel Tara Bradley, who is the professor and department chair for the Department of Military Science and Leadership at the University of Missouri. She is also a member of United We's recently announced Missouri Women's Economic Development Task Force, newly formed, and we're delighted to include Tara in that effort. With experience in active duty and deployments, recruitment and training, and now education and operations, Tara has held many leadership roles. Thank you for joining us today, Tara.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here.
I'd love to learn more about your background in active duty roles that have led you to your current position on a college campus. Share some career highlights with us.
Sure. I think one of the most important things to highlight is really how I got into the service, which is through an ROTC program. And so that sort of began this whole idea of giving back to ROTC. And so some of the interesting assignments I've had along the way, I think I've had a couple of deployments to Iraq, where I did everything from policing to moving supplies, to operations where we, provided training to, an orphanage. So vastly different experiences. I've been a company commander. I think that's one of my favorite assignments because it's the last time that an officer really gets to spend a lot of time training with soldiers. I've been an Army instructor for captains. So I, taught them everything they needed to know about military police operations and then sent them out to units. I've also been a trainer for big units, so brigades, divisions, and corps, where I went out and assisted their staff. So I think it was only natural to end up in a teaching role at this point in my career.
It's fantastic. Thank you for your commitment and service to our country. So tell us, what sources of inspiration and empowerment have you drawn upon as a woman in a very male-dominated industry?
Yeah, so I think the first is you've got to have that inner strength and fortitude to be able to stand tall and proud next to, as you mentioned it, mostly males. And so you got to be able to hold your own. I think we have a set of values, the Army values, and I rely on personal courage and respect pretty heavily. I think that helps. A solid foundation in my faith has also gotten me through some tough times and to stay competitive with my male peers. And then, my family and friend circle have always been very encouraging, even when I've faced, challenges. And so I think that it's very important to draw upon those people around you that can lift you up.
So Tara, did you have a male ally or a male supporter that you really, or a mentor that you really look to help you kind of navigate your career in the military?
Yeah, actually, I have two mentors that I talk to routinely. One's still in the military and one recently retired, and they're both males. Took me under their wing and helped develop me as an officer and as a person growing up in the Army. So absolutely.
I think that's important. And I join you in that too, that I have, supporters, allies, mentors that help advise me. And I think as women that to really be holistic as we navigate our careers, that's a good thing and something that everyone should consider. So what types of advice or encouragement do you give young women or young professionals as they take on roles in the military, or they may be seeking you out to grow their own careers?
Yeah. First and foremost, you have to believe in yourself. That's number one. You have to be your best ally and to maintain a positive attitude. You're going to come up against challenges, but if you believe in yourself and have a positive attitude, you can be a change maker. I think, again, relying on your circle of allies around you for encouragement. And then really, we sort of just mentioned it, is seeking out mentors and multiple mentors, not just a single individual, but people that are diverse and different from you, that will give you open and honest feedback, and candid criticism if it's required, to kind of help you develop both professionally and personally.
That's fantastic. Such good advice. So when we first met and we're talking, as you are, continuing your career path in the military, you also expressed interest in potentially retiring here in Missouri. So I'm just curious, as a, kind of a lighthearted final question, what do you love about Missouri, and, why you may potentially be interested in retiring here?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, the Army has pretty much kept me in this hover zone between Kansas and Missouri for a big chunk of my career. And so landing several times right there outside of Kansas City, you can't help but be in awe of how cool Kansas City is. So that's a component of it. I think it's just a fantastic city. And then the second component is it's what's right for our family. They've got a fantastic children's hospital, which is something that's important to us as a family. So we're excited to see what kind of opportunities open up, once I retire.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tara, for taking some time today, for your leadership, for your service again to our country and now Missouri. And thank you for joining us on the Missouri Women's Economic Development Task Force. You're going to provide such a voice for the military and veteran community. So thank you again. And thank you all for tuning in to our latest Take 3 video segment. Have a great day.